Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today we'll be taking a quick look at the armor used by Apollyon from For Honor. Before we even get started, I have to say I fucking love this armor. It is amazing and beautiful and quite effective. I love the visual style of it as well. Now, the armor itself is actually it's quite late 14th, early 15th century, a very interesting mix of mail and plate. The coverage is generally amazing, and the actual complaints I can give to armor coverage are quite limited. The first one is that her sabatons don't appear to be full sabatons, they only partially cover her foot. And her greaves are demi-greaves, so the back of the shin area is generally uncovered. Not much of an issue. Her thighs are also slightly vulnerable to attack, but there does appear to be, at the very least, padding there, which is, decent. Other than that, the armor is generally fucking wonderful. It has a very nice mix of mail and plate that gives it a very interesting visual style. And of course, in several areas you can clearly see that the mail is being worn above padding. And there also appears to be what I believe is a brigandine worn above the mail and actual pieces of plate worn above the brigandine, making it a very well layered suit of armor that provides her with a lot of protection. I also love the fact that the left pauldron is larger than the right one, which is a characteristic, that's quite well known amongst 15th century styles of plate armor. As shields went out of favor, the left pauldron was typically enlarged, and it essentially acted like a mini shield in and of itself, when using two-handed weapons. So it's a great choice when you take into consideration that she's using a two-handed sword, a long sword. I also love the fact that there is a ridge on her pauldron, so if a sword hits it, it won't slide off into her neck. Although she does have these spikes, decorative spikes going off as well, and they could also catch sword blades as well. I also love that there is a ridge going from the front of her cuirass to cover her neck frontally as well. It's a great little touch. The cuirass itself, I generally love it. It is very, very good when compared to other suits of female armor, their cuirasses. There is this sort of central ridge that acts as, I would say it sort of acts like fluting, although I would say it would also assist with deflecting blows. The breast area it's fine, it's fine. I sort of don't like that it really reaches the peak and then sort of dips down and then forms into the ridge. That dip sort of really annoys me because it's almost a perfect breastplate. But because of the little dip there, so sword blows there would actually slightly deflect the center of the cuirass, which is annoying because it's almost literally perfect. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. Compared to other suits of female armor, it's fine and perfectly acceptable. If I didn't make any change, however, the breast area I'd make look more like the armor in Alice in Wonderland. That had one of the best feminine looking yet still very, very effective at deflecting blows breast area I've ever seen in female fantasy armor. Also like that the cuirass is sort of segmented. Also, at first, I thought that it was a half cuirass that only covered the front of her torso, but then I noticed that in some artwork there's also a back plate, and it's just sort of, there's this gap in the size that's held together by belts. I don't really like that, I would mix them, but it's not actually that bad. I can live with that when I would connect them into a proper cuirass, but I can live with that. Generally, the complaints I have, I can live with them, I can overlook them. This is just a wonderful suit of female armor in fantasy. It's a perfect example of it.